Hello, hello, hello. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. I swear I say this every time I get to craft. I get to craft. I have been home now. We got home on Monday and this is Friday night. And this is the first chance I've gotten to do this. Well, first off, we had the last weekend, Halloween weekend, with our grandson, and we went trunk-or-treating on Saturday. They left early Sunday morning, so we did all our Halloween stuff on Saturday. And good Lord, I tell you, it was a whirlwind. Even though it was a month long, we had a wonderful time. And then we drove 16 hours straight through to get home. My husband did. He said, even if I wanted to pull over and stop and have you drive, he goes, I can't sit where you're sitting. I had so much stuff. Plus a dog in my lap. I had about this much room on the right-hand side of where you sit and your feet go, because I had a huge bag of stuff pushed up against the center console. So I had, literally I could fit my 2 feet in there, and that was it. So yeah, he said, I can't sit there. And the seat was pretty far up because I was having to fit a big box behind it. I got so much stuff. You guys are going to, once I can get through it all and start putting it on Etsy, you're going to love it. I also got a huge amount of stuff that I can do digitally. So I am going to do that. So I am pretty psyched about that. Now, getting back to this. This was our next page, which is the page before the cover. And we're doing the inside one, not the outside of it. Okay? And so we've got this piece to go. And just to remind you, this is what we did. I've got this with this little thing here, and we colored this up with our Copic markers. And then we'll have to put a little something in here and decorate this. And then you've got this piece. And we still have to do something with this last piece to stiffen it up a little bit. Just this on here has stiffened it up enough. And this is just a placemat, that you get at a diner. So, yeah, a piece of possibly the green cardstock will be perfect on there. Okay. So, to this. Okay, so I have this plastic bag that I made out of the cereal bag. You guys remember that? And then I have this long envelope that I did fold over both ends. And I don't, yeah, this isn't in there, but I folded over both ends. So let's see, was I planning on doing a belly band? No, I guess I was planning on doing a big pocket. So I think what I'm going to do is just glue this shut and make the whole thing the pocket. And of course, once I put stuff on the... And I'm going to do it a little differently around the frame this time. So I think that will turn out really cute. And probably a heck of a lot easier for everybody than trying to figure out where to cut on your piece of paper. But for this, if you wanted to, you could just cut from here to here to here, figure out how wide you want it, and cut it, and then just add you a little strip right here. Just whatever you cut out, just snip you a little piece and put back in there, because it'll be the exact same width. So you can do that as well if you want to cover it with a whole piece of paper. But I will show you a little different way that's going to be really easy to decorate that. And I don't know if I'm going to use this in my window or not. So this does fit on here very nicely. So we're going to go ahead and close this, and this thing has been to Florida and back and still doing good. Okay, and I had this piece out because if you remember, when this is open, you see this from this page. So you see this, so I thought, okay, that would be a nice way of bringing it back. Keep bringing things back so it all works cohesively together. Ooh, big word, cohesively. So now if I put this like just going to mat the page, is this going to cover? And it does. Look at that. How wonderful. Except for these little snippets here, which I have a bit of this left, and it might, yeah, it's definitely wide enough. So I'll be able to cut whatever's left, cut it in half, and just stick it on the sides, and we'll be good to go. This is so pretty. So pretty. Okay. But I do want to decorate this on the inside. And I'm trying to think, since I'm going to glue it all down, just to make it easier, I'm just, and all of this is getting folded back, back on itself. So I think I'm just going to cut this open where we can really work on this a lot easier. There we go. All right. Another thing that I want to do is I want to find out on this side where this opening is. And if I do that with, let's see, what do I have that I can do that with where it will give me a line? I suppose I could just do, I'm just going to do 4 dots with my glue, and I'm going to lay it down and bring it back up. And so before it dries, there. So now I have, I don't know if you guys can see that, I've just done little L shapes around so that I know exactly where I need to stay inside while I decorate. Okay. So one thing I think is these little jobbies that my friend, one of my friends from my group gave me. And if I lay these I want to make sure I've got them lined up so that you can actually see them and see them equally. Yeah, I can move them in a bit. Yeah, I can actually glue these right down like this. I think so. I think so. But I think these will be last, on top of everything else. So I do have this, but no, I don't like that with what I've got here. Ha ha ha. What to do, what to do, what to do. Let's see. Let's see what we got. I think one of these butterflies might be fun. That one's a little too big. Oh, there's a littler one. Okay, so I'm going to cut out 2 of these. So you guys know the big coolers that you get. Like you can put fish in it and go camping and put all your food in it, and it's very large. Well, it is chock full of craft supplies that I bought. Chock full. I have a box that is probably 14 by 20, and it is probably 14 high, 15 high, and it is chock full of craft supplies. Lace, ribbon, I got a boatload of brads and eyelets, and I hadn't really done a whole lot of that other than grab bags. So I will probably do some grab bags again. Those went really fast. And while I was gone, I worked on a bunch of seam binding, multiple colors. So we will be doing all that as well. But I mean, I have got so much work ahead of me. It's not even funny. But I love it. And I'm really not trying to, you guys are my friends. You're my craft friends, and I'm really not trying to make this a commercial. Oh, look, come see, or it's just nice to be able to talk to you guys about, all the aspects of my some people would call mundane, because I don't do much exciting stuff. I've been going to Florida for a month is pretty up there, but yeah, I mainly kind of craft and hang around, especially in the wintertime. You don't have the garden, and we had a pretty good garden this year, even though I still am working in very clayey soil. But my compost has really come in handy, and I continue to work through that. So yeah. I got to get a big black garbage bag to put over my compost pile so that it absorbs as much heat as possible. Now when we were in Florida, low 80s, upper 70s, getting down into the 60s or maybe upper 50s at night. I mean, it was just perfect. Just perfect. Florida, that's my favorite time of year, is winter in Florida. Everybody else loves the summer, but okay. So that works. And then I need some flowers to go with it, but I don't want the flowers that were with that. Let's see. I have, although I was thinking that would make a cute pocket, so I didn't want to do anything with that, but I do have some other pieces. Let's see here. So I have this little bit of flower and this little bit of flower. So if I were to do that, oh yeah, I like that, that's pretty. And then bring this flower down across the bottom. So let's see, I'm gonna just cut right here. and right here. On that pattern right here came together really nicely, so this will look okay. How is that? Very nice. And then this can go right across the seam, so nobody will see the seam. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just going to glue this down. Okay, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue right across this edge because this is going to go up underneath. I'm going to pull it down as far as I can. There we go. Let's go ahead and just make this. It's all going to get glued down. No biggie. Okay, then I'm going to have this come right across. I want some of those flowers to show. And then maybe this one down here. Yeah, that's cute. So, super simple. Super simple, and I'm just gonna, because I want it to kind of stay loose, because there's no reason for it not to be. And there we go. I'm going to cut off that. I should probably, I'm going to cut this down to the, there we go, down to the fold so it's not on the fold. Okay, so there's that. Yay, I like it. Needs a little piece of lace. Let's see. I want a little piece of lace. I want some lace. What do I have sitting over here? What do I have? Those are little flowers. I got that. I just need a little piece of lace, people. Just a little piece of lace. Oh, little piece of lace. Ask and ye shall receive, right? Now, do I want this go over the top? Or do I want just a little snaggle showing? Oh, a little snaggle showing is nice. And I can do it in two different spots. So, let's see, I don't have any of my good scissors here to cut material with. So we're just going to make it work. Okay. So I think we'll put this here. And I think I might just stick this right here. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty. That's pretty. Do that a little bit more. Yeah. Okay. So that has to come down a little bit, and I'm just going to tack it with my, this is art glitter glue. Let's make sure. No, it needs to back up just a little bit so it's covering A little bit more on both. This needs to come down more, and this needs to come up more. There. I'm going to tack that down because it just does not want to lay for me. It still doesn't want to lay for me. Okay. Isn't that pretty? So, you guys, the sky's the limit. You can do all kinds of things in these little windows. Just super fun. Now, do I still want this? Or I can put them here and here. I would not be able to fit one here, I don't believe, although it might still be on the page. That would be very pretty, wouldn't it? Okay, well, we'll have to see once we get that all done. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave this just the way this is. It does need a little Fabri-Tac on this. Oh, that's messy. There we go. And I got an air pocket in this sucker. That is for sure. There we go. Get it off of me. Glue! You know how much... Ah, poop. Sorry, that's my cuss word. Okay. Alright, so now let's just glue this together. Okay. Voila. Oh, I love it. So cute. And then we have our little folds again. Okay, so now let's work also on this. So as long as you got a piece big enough, or you can make lots of strips together on this page, you can collage a piece that's going to be large enough to cover whatever envelope you have. So, you know, that is for you to make that decision, since I know you probably don't have all the same size things that I have, or even same file folder sizes. Okay, gonna cut right there. Oh, and then on top of all of this stuff that I've got to do, trying to get this project done, trying to figure out what I want to do for the next project. And I think I will ink this. A little bit of green. That one won't show. Just a titch hint of green. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and lay this down. Did I cut it? Yes, I did. I did, right? Yeah. Okay. There we go. I love that. Makes those berries pop right out of the page when you put it on the blue. Love it. Okay, and then where's my piece? Here's my piece. And let's get it the length we're going to want it. And it's I'm just gonna, let's see, what is it? It's 1 1/4. So let's do 3/4. And I think it'll work just fine for us. All right. There. And there. Yep. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just ink really not much is going to show, so it does not really matter if it's upside down, backwards, inside out. I did not ink this because I want it to kind of just blend right in. You really won't see it, I don't believe. Oh, now I still have a bubble coming up even though I got rid of it. See, you open it up, you squeeze, you close the lid back tight, and you let the air fill back in, and it sucks it all down, and it stops doing that eruption thing. But I had to do it twice. So hopefully, okay, so now I'm just going to glue these down. I have so many things that I want to do, and it just, oh, I started to tell you. So on top of all this craft stuff that I have, that I've brought home from Florida, I got great cards, all kinds of stuff. I'm so excited. Playing cards and stuff. Dictionaries, children's dictionaries, all kinds of good stuff. So on top of all that, I get back and I walk into my craft room and I went, holy Toledo, I have got to clean this place up and organize it better. So I'm doing that too. I am a glutton for punishment. Okay, so we've got this all set. Now I want to put something here, and I'm really liking the music. So I'm going to kind of just cut this. No, I'm going to rip this right down the center. And we'll put it together. And then I'm going to cut. Sorry guys, my husband was in the hallway and burped. I hope you didn't hear that. And I'm just going to randomly cut some sizes. And I'm leaving them in order on purpose. That's probably enough. If not, we'll look and see what else we have. Okay, so first thing is the rip sides, and I do want, let's see, where, there it is. I do want to ink and you know, I think I'm going to bring some blue into this. Okay, so let's see, what do I have? I think I want It's Stormy Sky or Faded Jeans. Let's see. And I don't know what I have. I don't remember what I have in, I know I've got Salty Ocean and Peacock Feathers. I really do need to get some more Distress Oxide. I'm really liking them. But for right now, I don't know which one of these. What else do I have? Broken China. Okay, so let me just get a piece of paper and that's Faded Jeans. That's Stormy Sky. That's Broken China. And Tumble Glass, I think is, yeah, that's, which one do I like better? I think the Faded Jeans is probably going to blend out the best. So that's what I'm going to do. A little bit of Faded Jeans. And I wish I would have thought of that before I just a little bit of blue on there. This has got like a finish to it or something. Okay. All right. And then we're just going to glue these. Let's see. I think one of these will be great at the bottom. So I'm just going to cut myself a little piece off from the ripped edge. Okay, and do that. All right, so let's go ahead and glue this down. Right to the edge. So there's that one, and then the other side I can do the same thing. Let's just cut. This one I'm going to leave a little bit more so that when I cover the rest of this, it will cover it. Okay, and again, I didn't mean to put that on there. All right, let's go ahead and glue this down. So yeah, I am trying to, because I had started to claim our second bedroom as an office for my shop. And when I got home, it's like, you know what? I need a second bedroom. I need to make sure that I have that. So, okay, and then I'm just going to start from the bottom here and just glue just over the opening. There we go. And same with this side. Just over the opening. And I'm just kind of getting an idea where I need to stop with the glue. I'm not worried about my ends or edges or anything. I'm just making sure that I am that I'm covering all of the envelope in the area. And I am doing each piece together. Like these two pieces were ripped apart and they're going to go next. So it kind of will look like a cool piece, you know, musical or whatever you want to, I don't know. I just think it works better. And I don't mind leaving a little bit of the beige, you know, the cream colored paper, and then just get an idea where you stop with the glue and carry on. So basically you're making a frame around the window. Now you probably are all going, oh, Lisa, why didn't you show us this first so I didn't have to do all that icky cutting and everything? So if you didn't take on this project because you didn't like that, then now you don't have an excuse. Get this project done. If you got into the project and decided, no, I'm not doing that, get out your stuff and just do all the windows like this. It's just so cool, guys. Just so cool. Okay. This is, and you don't have to, you don't really want this to all be the same going across. So, you know, just keep that in mind. You can make some pieces longer, some pieces shorter. Just make sure you button them up. It's a little bit time consuming, but that is a-okay with me. Some of you might go, nope, not doing it. I'm still not doing it. I don't know, guys. Some people, you know, there's all different kinds of crafters. There's nothing wrong with any type, whichever way you are or however you like to do things. See, now I'm going to have to take that. I can't line it up with the next piece because it's going to be too short here. So don't really worry about that too much. Just make your frame. It's still going to be very interesting. Still going to be very interesting. And it's not far off. And here's the next piece. This one I'm gonna got a little more opportunity to put some nice blue in here. All right, and then there we go. And we can match this one up perfectly. Yeah, my husband has a cold. It's not COVID or anything. It's just a cold, but it's a cold. And so he's not a happy camper. And you guys know men when they're sick. Need I say anything else? Oh, man. So, that's been an adventure, and I love my husband dearly. But yeah, he's not been feeling good. Well, and I can't blame him. I mean, he drove straight through for 16 hours after having a very eventful weekend. So Now, guys, I think I'm going to stop the video here because we are already at 40. And I'm going to finish this up. We're just going to go all the way up to when we can cover up this area. And then I'll come back.